Hi, namaste, bonjour guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Sumit. So today I thought of explaining you how I came to Canada, like all the step by step procedures of how I thought of coming to Canada. So let's get into the video guys.
Ready.
So right from the beginning, I went to all the counselors and all. Like I went to IDP, then I've been to Edelweiss something, and I've been to one personal counselor also, like consultant. I mean, not counselor. Sorry. So they all told me how to go and all, visit and all. But everyone was you can't go in January, you can't go in May, you'll have to go in the next year, that is like in September, because it takes a lot of time. And I was like, no, I want to go like anyhow by May, because I wanted to see summer in Canada. Like everyone was like, it is very nice and all. So I was like, I want to go somehow. So like one of my colleague from Montreal Oswald, like I was working there when I thought of this. So she was like, you should go to Shine Consultancy. So I was like, okay, let's see. So I went over there. So I spoke to them. So they were like, what are your grades and everything. They asked me like what I studied in my bachelor's and everything. So they asked me also like, what you want to study over there. So I was like, I want to study like media planning, something like in media, so that I could get into a film industry kind of thing. So it's like, this thing doesn't happen in media. If you want to go abroad, you need to have the same qualifications you had it in India. So then I was like, okay, so what are my choices? So he's like, he gave me few choices. In that I was like, what should I do? He was like, go for these two. One was supply chain management and one was the financial something management, something, I don't know what it was. It was like totally in share markets, because I told him like I'm working in share markets and all. But I really didn't want it to go in share markets, because I personally don't like share markets and all those stuff. So I was like, let's go in supply chain management. Like it is logistics, export, import. Then it had like finance also, auditing also, everything which I studied in my bachelor's of accounting and finance. So I was like, okay, let's go with this. So it's like, fine. So basically, with like starting to show me colleges, I had to give him a fee. Then he proceeds ahead to search for colleges and all. So I paid him like 2000 rupees to him. So we started all the procedures. He told me to get my IELTS results and all. So I gave my IELTS test on like 17th of November. In 10 days, around I guess 27th, I applied for the examination, like dates and all, which date to take. And on 7th of November I went to give my exam, like in 10 days only. I was like, I'll give IELTS like that quickly and all, because I spoke to some of my friends also who were in Canada. So they were like, that is not that difficult for us, so it would be easy. So I was like, fine, fair enough. So I didn't even I was like a stupid person, I didn't even study that much. I was like, okay, I'll pass and all like that. So I was like being too lazy. And then my exams came. I gave my exams, like everything was done. And then my results came like in 21 days. So IELTS results come in 21 days, okay? I'm just letting you know. So in 21 days my results came, and in 10 days, after like that 10 days, I got my results in my hand. As well as like I wanted to go for masters, but I couldn't go because like my education wasn't like for total of 4 years. It was only 3 years of bachelor. So I needed to do like 2 years of extra course, and then I could get into masters, or else I would have to work for like 2 years and I could get into like any of the any of the universities for masters, like that. And then later on it was done. Then afterwards I got my IELTS, and then as like which place to go. So we were all thinking about like Australia, Canada, then US also, as well as we thought for Ireland also. But as Australia was like pretty expensive, it was like 50 lakhs. So like myself didn't like asking my dad so much of money. And then later on I asked the consultant only. which one should be preferable. So he was like, for him it was Canada, because like in Canada, so while studying you can work also. But I don't know about US, like you can just work in campus only. So that is the reason I chose Canada. And then later on he was like, which you I have such colleges in Canada, so you could choose. So one, like I got 2 from Vancouver, 4 from like Toronto, like in Ontario, sorry. And there were like more 3 from Montreal. So many of my friends were like in Toronto also and in Vancouver also. So I didn't wanted to go that side, because I wanted to know the culture of Canada, like culture of this new place where I'm going to start a new, altogether new life. So I didn't want to stay with only Indians and the, like, just enjoying with them and not knowing anything, like the language, the accent, that. Then I was like, oh, let's go to Montreal, because in Montreal there was nobody, because it is a French province, like Quebec is a French province, like bilingual it is. So I was like, let's take this challenge also, like going into a new province which is like half French and half English, that's called bilingual. So I was like, okay, let's go there. And then as I applied for like 3 colleges, so one of the college which I wasn't even interested, I applied for that also, because I didn't have to give anything, like there was no money to like pay for the offer letter. So I was like, okay, I'll apply for that also. And I applied for 2 more colleges, which was like $100, 100 Canadian dollars to apply for that college, like to get the offer letter. So I applied for those also. So the college which I didn't like, I got that. And the second one, I was waiting for the college which I wanted, like I really wanted to go in that college and all. So I didn't get that. So my consultant was like, rather than waiting, you could just go in this college because it is nearby, and if you want, you let's book this slot, and if you want, we can wait for 1 year. Like the college, I'm not supposed to say the name, I'm sorry. So let's take the next college, wait for that college for like a while, like 15 days. So I waited like till 31st of December, and like on 8th or 9th of January 2019, the date was like going to go. So like, I mean, the date was sorry, I mean the offer letter which I kept it on hold. Its expiration date was coming on 8th or 9th of January. So my consultant called me again, and he was like, rather than waiting so much, because you'll have to arrange for money also, so let's go with this college only if you want. As I was like, I'll speak to my papa, because it was just 8 days, and from where do I get, arranged like 10,000 Canadian dollars. So I spoke to my papa. So my dad was like, he'll pay the money, and later on, like somehow, like how we say to our parents that you give me first, I'll return you in future. So he was like, okay, I'll give you, and then you pay me later on. I was like, fair enough then. So he paid for my school fees also, and then I got the letter of acceptance. So later on, I applied for CAQ. So this is like a extra step for Quebec students who are like going to study in Quebec. They have to apply for CAQ also, that is Certificate of Application of Quebec something. So certificate of application studying for in Quebec it is, which is not in other provinces like Ontario and British Columbia. So I applied for that, and then there was like some errors also in that. So like my consultant by mistake, she wrote like my name, my surname, and then my dad's name, which was like my first name, middle name, and the last name. So because of that, it got rejected, and I was like, now what to do and all. It's just like 3 months remaining and all. So I was about to give hopes only, like. So again on 25th of February, I applied it for the CAQ again. And then they were like, we have your application, you just have to give the proof that your middle name and your last name is different. So we send the proof also. So after sending the proof, like in 1 month's time, I got the CAQ, like in I guess on 1st or 10th of April something, I got my CAQ. So after I got my CAQ, I started applying for my study permit. So before applying for your study permit, you have to get your GIC account done. So a GIC account is an account where you have to pay 10,000 Canadian dollars. So and like it is a account which is made from India over here, which is not open. Like when you come here, it gets opened, but there you have to make an account and put 10,000 Canadian dollars over there. So like that Canadian dollars is to show the government that if I'm not working here, I still have like 10,000 Canadian dollars to be suffice for the whole year. So like that, my dad paid 10,000 Canadian dollars for the opening of the account, and once the account was opened, then I started applying for my study permit. So my study permit required like strong SOP, statement of purpose, then the GIC account which I made. So I made the GIC account. The next is letter of acceptance of my college, which I had also. Then my father's IT returns and my father's like bank statements, that if I don't have the GIC account is there, but if I need extra money, I won't be begging around on the street. So I showed my dad's bank balance also. After showing these all things, later on then I applied for the study permit, and it was like almost like 25th of April something. And I totally gave hopes, because like my CAQ also came so late, like 2 months later it came and all. So I just gave hopes that I'm not going to get into this May intake. I'll be going in September only. I just made it. But at that time, like I don't know, by God's grace or something, on 25th of April I applied for the study permit. I went to the immigration department, which is in Bombay, in Mahalakshmi. I gave my biometrics, everything, my medical insurance, which I have to do before doing the study permit also. I did that also. I showed them that. Then I gave my biometrics, then my fingerprints and everything. And I asked her that my college is going to reopen in like May. So will I get the study permit like quickly or what? So she's like, it might take like 3 to 30 days. I was like, 30 days, my goodness. So I won't be able to go only then. I came back home. Then I was like kind of disappointed. So my dad was like, what happened? I was like, I went to apply for the study permit, and I don't think so I'll be getting like in 5 days. I don't think so, this and that. I started crying and all. He's like, okay, let's wait. No, like if it takes 20 days also, we can like go. I was like, no, but the flight tickets would be expensive and all. So my dad was like, just chill, like just wait for your study permit, and when it comes, leave it on me. Like I'll do whatever it takes to get you on flight. I was like, fine. And by God grace, on I guess on the 30th of April, I got my study permit in my hand. Like my passport was all stamped also. So I was like very, very, very happy, because I was at my job place, and my dad called me all of a sudden, and he's like, can you come home fast? I was like, no, I can't come. After 6 o'clock only I can come. He's like, okay, fine, come fast. Don't like go to your friend's place or something. I want to show you something. I was like, something means I don't know what happened, because at that time my brain wasn't working. So I came home and he showed me, and I was like, finally I got my passport stamped also, and I got my student permit. And then we started applying for my flights. Like we started booking my flights, I mean, sorry. And then I said my job place, like where I was working, that I'm studying abroad now, so I'll be taking a leave. So I'm leaving, I mean, so I'm not taking a leave, I mean, I'm leaving. So they were like, fine and all. Then I left on like 10th of May. And then on 12th of May, I went to Amritsar with my dad, just to celebrate, just a short vacation before I come to Canada. So I went to Amritsar. We enjoyed over there like in 5 days. We came back, and then I started shopping and everything. And on the 25th of May, I flew to Canada. So this was my story, guys. So I don't know how it would be helpful, but I have told you everything. So if you need in detail also everything, like how I came, what and this and that, you can still DM me. But I just wanted to tell you this is my story, okay? And as well as I didn't take loan, so I don't know the procedures of loan also. So maybe you should ask somebody who is taken loan or something like that. That's it, guys. So I hope this is helpful to you guys. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope this is helpful to you guys. Do share with everybody. and do like and comment if you need to know something else about Canada or about like my studies or anything else. So subscribe also, guys, and thank you guys. Have a nice day because it is day over here. Ciao.